Hello, so today we are starting discussing about the environmental metrics. So what are the environmental metrics? Environmental metrics are quantifiable measures used to assess, track environmental performance of an organization or system. These metrics are important in evaluating the impact of activities, products, and services on the environment and ensuring the organization meets sustainability goals, comply with regulations, and improve overall performance. Environmental metrics provide critical data for organization to assess their impact on environment and make informed decision to improve sustainability and environmental performance and by tracking key indicators like a organization can identify area for improvement and comply with regulatory requirements and support their long-term sustainability goals. So environmental metrics are designed to assess the environmental impact of technology or activities such as impact are primarily relating to using natural resources like a life cycle inputs and generating waste and emission like example life cycle outputs. The ultimate sustainability goal is to minimize environmental impact due to using non-renewable resources and minimizing waste and pollutions. Example aspect water consumption, land use, air pollution, drainage, waste drainage, and emission to air, release to water, release to land, use of raw material and natural resources, and use of energy and energy emitted like a heat, radiation, vibration, noise, light, generation of waste, by products or use of space, etc. So we will discuss further only few common environmental metrics, which are which are common. Common metrics are like a carbon footprint, energy consumption, water usage, waste generation, recycling rate, pollution emission, resource efficiency, biodiversity impact and environmental compliance, sustainability sourcing, carbon intensity, eco-efficiently, eco-labeling and certification, and sustainable transport and environmental impact of products and services, and land usage, use and habitat preservation, and green building standards. These are the some environmental metrics which we are using. So the type of environmental metrics. Okay, so first we are discussing the carbon footprint. The measure the total green. When we are talking about a carbon footprint, the measure total greenhouse gases emission caused directly or indirectly by organization activity or product. It's often expressed in CO2 or equivalent to CO2. E. Consumption energy. Consumption energy is the energy, the track and amount of energy like electricity, gas, fuel used by organization, and this can be measured in kilowatt hours and British thermal units, BTU, and other relevant units. Water usage measure the volume of water used in operation, processes, activities, and this metric is usually recorded in liters or gallons. And what is generation? And the monitors the amount of waste produced by organization including hazards, non-hazardous, recyclable, and landfill-bound waste. Metrics may include weight, kilograms, tons, and volume, cubic meter, etc. So recycling rate is they represent the percentage of waste that is the recycle compared to total waste generated. It's calculated as recycling rate equals to amount recycled total waste produced into 100 divided by recycling rate equals to amount recycled and uh, into total waste produced divide by 100 recycling rate equals to total waste produced recycled into 100. Pollution emission is the measure emission of pollutants including air, measure emission of pollutants including air pollutants, CO example CO2, NOx, and particulate matter, water pollutants example chemical, oils, and soil contamination. And the resource efficiency is the assesses the amount of resource example raw material, energy, water used per unit of product or service produced. Lower values indicate more efficient use of resources. Biodiversity impact measures the effect of organizations activities on local ecosystem and biodiversity, and this can include monitoring endangered species, habitat destruction, and ecosystem health. And the environmental compliance, when we talk about environmental compliance, it tracks the number of regulatory violations, penalties, or incidents of non-compliance with the environmental laws and regulations. And the sustain next is the sustainable sourcing. This metric is used to measure percentage of material, products, or services sourced from sustainable or certified sources. Example, FS certificate, FSC certified wood, or organic products, etc. And the carbon intensity measures the amount of CO2 and emissions per unit of production, output, or provided output or service provided. It's typically expressed as a CO2 emission per unit of GDP or per unit of energy used. When we talk about eco-efficiency metric is the metric is used for combined environmental and economic performance, measuring the environmental impact relative to economic output or profit. It can be expressed as environmental impact per unit of revenue or profit. And when we talk about eco-labeling and certification, measures the percentage of products and services that have received third-party environmental certification, such as Energy Star, Green Seal, or Fair Trade certifications, etc. And when we talk about a sustainable transport, tracks the environmental impact of transportation, including emission, fuel consumption, or and the percentage of vehicle using alternative fuels or electric vehicles. Next point is the environmental impact of products and services. Uh, this is used to measure the total environmental impact across the life cycle of product or services, from the raw material extraction to disposal, also known as life cycle assessment or LCA. And next point is that when we talk about the land use and habitat preservation, it monitors the amount of land used by organization for operation and measures effort to preserve or restore natural habitats. Next point is green building standard. When we talk about a green building standard, it used to assess the sustainability of building or facility using environmental criteria like energy efficiency, water reduction, water conservation, waste reduction, and use of sustainable materials like this. So common certification include LEED, leadership in energy and environmental design, or BREEAM, BREEAM, Building Research Establishment Environmental Assessment Method. So these are the main common environmental metrics which we use to assess the which are you commonly used to assess in used to check or quantify the all environmental metrics. So next point, we are discussing the types of environmental metrics. So here are four type of environmental metrics. First, the first metric we called it, active metrics, passive metrics, qualitative metrics, quantitative metrics. Active metrics, these are the real-time metrics that track real-time metrics that track ongoing activities such as energy consumption, water usage, waste generation, and emission. And they help these all the metrics. They help organization monitor their immediate impact on the environment also. The passive metrics are these metrics are typically collected periodically or at a specific interval. The whatever the metric collect data, these are the passive metrics which are periodically collected periodically or at specific interval, such as the annual environmental audit or periodic environmental performance assessment, etc. So next point is the qualitative metric. Qualitative metric, these metrics are non-numeric or focus on aspect like employee awareness, policy adherence, and environmental initiative effectiveness. Example include stakeholders, feedback, and employees' training level, and adherence to sustainability policies. These are the qualitative metrics. When we're talking about a quantitative metrics, these are the numeric values. So when we are talking about a quantitative, so it's a clearly mentioned quantitative means numeric value. So these are the numeric values used to that can be measured and tracked over the time. So example include carbon emission, CO2, energy consumption, kWh, and waste generation in tons. So these in these units we measure that particular quantity in numerical values. So these are the four types of type of matrix. In these four types, we can measure our environmental matrix. Next, we are discussing about why environmental metrics are important. Why important? The reason behind all of this is the first point is uh, it is for the regulatory compliance, it's for the operational efficiency, it's for the sustainability reporting, it's used to continuous improvement also. It's also build a brand, also brand reputation. It helped to maintain brand reputation also, and it's also used in risk assessment also. So we will discuss more clearly about all these points. The regulatory compliance. The regulatory compliance help organization track compliance with environmental laws and regulations and industry standards. And when we talk about operational efficiency provide insight into resource consumptions, helping organizations reduce waste and increase efficiency, leading to cost saving also. The third point is, next point is the sustainability reporting. When we talk about sustainability reporting, it assists in preparing sustainability reports and meeting the disclosure requirement of stakeholders, investors, and regulatory bodies also. And next point is continuous improvement. Continuous improvement is It facilitates identification of area for mm, improvement in environmental performance, and fostering a culture of sustainability also. The brand reputation point is the when we talk about brand reputation, it demonstrate environmental responsibility, helping improve the organization's image, attracting eco-conscious and eco-conscious customers and investors also. Next point is risk management. When we talk about risk management, it identifies environmental risk and provide a basis for managing and mitigating potential impacts. So these all the points why the important points where the reason why it's so important environmental metrics are. So the sustainability reporting, continuous brand reputation, risk management, operational efficiency, and regulatory compliance. These are the points which shows why it is so important. Next point is we are discussing is the applications of environmental metrics. So what are the applications? That's sustainability reporting. We have already discussed performance benchmarking, resource management, climate action, and supply chain management. When we are talking about discussing about a sustainability reporting, the metrics are essential for producing sustainability reports and comply with framework like the Global Reporting Initiatives (GRI) and Carbon Disclosure Project (CDP) also. Performance benchmarking. In performance benchmarking, this metric can be used to compare environmental performance across an organization, across sector or industries also. Next point is the resource management. Resource management, the application resource management, it helps identify areas where resources, example, energy, water can be reduced, reused, or recycled more efficiently. The next application is climate action. It provides data needed to track progress towards the climate change goals such as reducing greenhouse gases, gas emissions, or transition to renewable energy also. And the next point application is the supply chain management. It assesses the environmental performance of suppliers and uh, also helping organizations make sustainable sourcing decisions also. The next point is we are discussing. So these are all the applications which we used for the in applications of environmental metrics. These are the uh, uh, only few applications are mentioned here. Here we can mention number of lots of applications we can use in the environmental matrix. Next point is yeah. So we are stopping here. So we will discuss next point are the monitoring and measuring techniques, environmental monitoring and measuring techniques in next session.